Okay. Bless P.
Let's go.
What are you saying?
Be here.
You're good, yeah?
You get me?
Thank you for coming to sit down.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with your upbringing. Yeah? Tell us about your upbringing. How was life growing up?
Life was good. Growing up, I come from a good house. A holy family, Christian home. Church upbringing, Nigerian home. You know, yeah, loads of family members. Obviously, my cousin as well here. We used to top and toe in the bed, street fighter in the middle of the... It was that. Nah, my upbringing, I can't lie. It was the best.
Yeah, it was chaos, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was chaos, but it was fun and full of love. You know, a different kind of love. So it was good. I had a good upbringing.
When did you first start getting into boxing?
I think I got into boxing from young because I was all like, obviously, you know, when you're on the road, when you're in school, you get into a little bit of fights and then you realise, oh, cool, you can fight, and then it just evolved from there. But I always liked boxing. I always liked the sport of boxing, like the pushing yourself, taking yourself to that next level and like seeing how far you can go. I've always liked to put myself in difficult conditions and see like where I can go from there.
When I see you training, like whether it's been live or the videos when I haven't been there, you train hard. Obviously, our family, our bloodline, we're all like there's a lot of strength. There's a lot of like good conditioning, and it's just you know. Why'd you push yourself so hard? Like, why'd you train so hard? You train like a madman.
I think it's because it's in me. It's in me. I think one of the reasons is because of people like you, people like my brother. You know, as a young age, from like 14, you guys always used to take me to the gym and like make me do the workouts that you lot was doing. So it was always embedded into my system to just push harder than the rest. It's always been in me to push hard. And anybody my age, I go harder than them anyway. So it's just like, I'm following the big boys levels now, innit? I'm just doing what the big boys are doing. So yeah.
One thing I remember about you when we were kids is like when us lot, we might have been about, I'd say maybe, I don't know, 13, 14, playing football at Pitts.
Yeah.
When Power League in Muswell Hill, Frame Barnet was called Pitts, remember?
Yeah, Pitts.
And you used to come along. You couldn't have been like maybe, I don't know, 8 years old? Or you tiny little thing running around playing football with us properly. Yeah. Like we weren't taking it easy on you, but you was fully mixing it in and doing well. You've been cheeky. You've been cheeky like that from day. So right. Yeah, you've always had the heart, the family heart in you.
Yeah.
So talk to us about like where you're at with the boxing now. Like what have you got lined up? We're gonna come to that fight that you shouldn't have taken. We're gonna come to that in a bit, but like where are you at now in terms of the boxing? Do you have a fight lined up? Like what's the plan?
Right now I'm in training camp. So right now I'm training, I'm trying to get down in weight. Had a little setback, I put on weight, and my coach is telling me I need to get down to 85 kg. That's the championship fight weight I need to be at in order to stand on the scales and be able to be like to fight in the ring. Right now I'm 91 kg or 92 kg, so the weight is going down. My coaches, since my last fight and that Instagram fight, you know, my coaches, he didn't really enjoy. He didn't like that I took that fight in the first place.
None of us did.
A lot of people didn't like that I took that fight.
You fought someone that was about 3 weight classes heavier than you.
3 weight classes heavier than me. I don't look at it like this. Let's go back to childhood again, because if we speak, you know, it's not in our blood to ever turn down. Like, if you say you want to fight me, I'm gonna fight you. So it's just, I feel like a lot of pride was involved, you know, and
pride cometh before a fall.
Well, yeah. Just looking at the situation, you know, I didn't really deep or think about the weight conditions, weight issues going into the fight. I didn't consider his style or nothing. You know, I just took him. I overlooked the guy, and that's one of the mistakes I shouldn't have never made. Never overlook anybody you get in the ring with.
Like, clearly you're a better boxer. Like, you're a better boxer, like mover, jabber, boxer, the art of boxing. You know, you're more skilled in that regard. But yeah, like with his size and strength over you, and it wouldn't have mattered pretty much what style he had. The gap was too big in terms of size and weight.
I don't think so. I think with the whole atmosphere going on in that place, people standing around the ring, just the whole atmosphere of what was going on, changing my gloves at the last minute. You know, before I go into a ring, my mind, my whole body needs to be relaxed. I need to be relaxed, and I should, before going into that ring, I was filled with a lot of rage. And you can't be filled with rage when you go into a boxing match. Because boxing, I've learned, is not about how strong you are, or about how ferocious you are. It's about how smart you are, how much brain space you have. How can you calculate and what is going on in that ring in a short space of time? How to adapt to your opponent. And I feel like without I didn't take in the proper information I needed for the person I was fighting in terms of how to come out. I was listening to a lot of people. You know, I had like 5 different people telling me, yeah, how am I gonna, I should fight this way. Just go out all guns blazing. No, come out with the jab. No, go out all guns blazing. So I didn't have my actual coaches in there with me. So it was like I had to improvise and make adjustments in the ring. And them adjustments didn't even get done in the first round. It ended in the first round. It started in the first round and it ended in the first round. That's how much of a distraction I was to myself in that fight. But it's good. I've learned my lesson from that fight, and I look forward to seeing him again, whether we like it or not.
Do you take like inspiration from films like Creed at all? Like the whole redemption story and Creed 2 and whatnot.
I haven't really watched Creed though, you know, but the what's the other one called?
Which one?
The one with I am the tiger is the Rocky, yeah. Just watching that, I get inspiration from that. Yeah. I swear down, I don't know why, but that film there.
So are you looking to write your own comeback story? Have you got like a vendetta with this guy, or are you looking to?
You know what? I haven't got anything with this guy because originally I wasn't supposed to fight him in the first place. I was supposed to fight Pro PT. I'm gonna say his name again, Pro PT.
Okay.
He's the one who went running his mouth, telling me he wants to fight, and then he ended up not wanting to fight me. He started telling everybody, "Oh no, I don't want to fight Prince." So I just said, all right, well, I'm here without a fight. Tommy Hench came along and he said, okay, I'll come down and I'll fight. I said, all right, cool, I'm ready to go. That's it. It was as simple as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It wasn't no thinking about it. And Alex, you know me, like, you know what I'm like, innit? Come down and we'll fight. It's not going to be any paperwork. We're just going to get it cracking. And that's what it was. And that's the mindset I went into it with. Looking back on it, maybe I should have been more competent with it, but
in what way? Like what you said before, taking into account.
Just taking into account everything, into the whole thing into account. Maybe weight, and I feel like people think that I'm stubborn for just letting it happen, for just having that fight. But it's in me, and I couldn't just say no to a man.
Do you walk around at a certain weight? And then like train when you're in camp to cut weight or whatever, or do you just train full time all the time? Like,
it's hard because
there's those two different methods that people do, isn't there? Which one are you?
On a Monday to Friday, I train every day. So, but how I live and how I eat is different. from the weekdays into the weekend. So on the weekdays from Monday to Friday, I will just have a smoothie.
What?
A smoothie.
Or
a shake, like a
every day.
From Monday to Friday.
Wait, hold on. So you're saying you don't eat solid food in the week?
Not in the daytime or in the evening. Not in the daytime or in the afternoon.
Okay.
So what I would do, I would wake up in the morning on a Monday. I will have a little glass of water or a black coffee, and then I'll make my shake. It might be banana with peanut butter, oats inside it, coconut milk, all that kind of stuff. And I'll have that shake, yeah? I won't drink it until I finish my morning session. So after I finish my morning session, I've done my running, I will run, I've done my swim, and I've done my strength and conditioning. After I finish that, I will have my shake, I'll go home and I will rest for maybe 3 hours. Within that 3 hours, I won't finish my shake, I'll have the rest of it. So I'll have like half of the shake now and half of the shake after later. And then I would go to training on an empty stomach.
So you train twice a day?
Twice a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday.
So yeah, so I've just done this. So that's exactly what I've just done this morning. I've just come from the gym. I did my run, did my shake and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've come here, so that's how I operate, how I train to keep my weight stabilized and monitored correctly.
What other things are you into aside from boxing? Let's just pivot away from that for a second. I'm
also a leader in the church. Also, I love, like, we help the youth, speak about, you know, helping communities as well. I'm a part of the Nation family, so you know we're always into helping, you know, like people coming from deprived backgrounds. And, you know, just making a difference, you know, just in the community ourselves, building our own systems in the system, you know, trying to make a way for people like myself, or people who are coming from, you know, difficult backgrounds, just to show them a different type of life, or even the life I'm living right now, saying them, listen, you don't need to go into the streets or do this. You can get into boxing, live a life of discipline, and like get on the straight and narrow. So
you're part of Spacnation.
100%.
Yeah, with Pastor Tobi, innit? The most drippy pastor.
Drippiest.
Anyone's ever seen.
Drippiest.
There's obviously bare rumours about him.
Yeah.
Fraud and whatnot and the other. I don't believe them.
Yeah, let's talk
personally, I don't know about those rumours. Like I met Pastor Tobi. He seems cool.
Yeah.
What are your from would you say, I mean, from the inside, from you being connected with the church and the whole Spacnation movement, what are your thoughts on these rumours and Pastor Tobi and whatnot?
Being me, coming in from me, I'm just gonna give it the real. I've been a member, or this has been my family for over 8 years, in my ups and downs. And my personal relationship with PT it's just a father and son relationship. That's it. That's what he has. You know, he basically, why I choose to follow PT is because he didn't tell me to follow him. He just showed me how he lives. You know, I ended up living. I remember 2016. I was in prison. I came out of prison, and when I came out from prison, he took me into his house. Living with Pastor Tobi and just having a different environment to live in changed my mind, changed my perspective, put me around people who want to build something positive for themselves. And I realized staying around them kind of people, putting yourself around people who have a drive and a spiritual backing to get to where they want to get to without anybody getting in their way, despite what anybody's going to say about you. That's where I wanted to be. You know, you look back at it now, fast forward, you look at people like my sister, Pastor Joanna, Pastor Obi, you know, they're doing really well for themselves, you know. And I just feel like if you put yourself, people will like to talk a lot about people, but they don't really know the person, you know. And I'm just gonna say like this now. Pastor Tobi is a man that he loves to help people. He loves to help and show people like myself, people from the streets or coming from different places that listen, you ain't gotta, you can choose a different alternative and still have a successful life and be rich while you're doing it. Yeah.
Listen, it's undeniable what the guy has done in South London. If I'm not mistaken, I think like Croydon especially, he's had like a major impact in the reduction of like youth violence in that area. I even saw it on the news. You know, they did a documentary on the news about how there's this church that's like
there's no location.
Yeah. No location, but no. What the documentary was about the statistics directly linked to. That was directly linked from this church and the reduction in stabbings and youth violence 100%. In that particular area in South London.
Definitely.
And then when you look at it, there's a massive demographic of kids from that area who are in this church.
Yes.
And then they had quite a few kids, well, young people. I'm not going to call them kids. They're actually adults, but younger, young adults. Yeah. In this church who were given their testimony and their stories about how they lived a certain lifestyle, and then a bit like what you just said.
Yeah, exactly.
When they met Pastor Tobi, he showed them a different way and he affected their lives in this way, and now they are trying to do the same thing for others. It's like each one to teach one kind of.
I'll give you another example. Somebody like Pastor Kelvin, I'm going to say his name, Pastor Kelvin, he's the PK. He was just another street brother like me, coming from the roads. Been to jail 9 times, 2 attempted murders, came to the church. Kelechi moved to his missus on the street, moved to, or tried to invite her to church, something like that. So his girlfriend went and told him, he's like, what? He's like, what? So he's gone and took a, this is for Kelly,
Yeah.
He's gone and took his blade and put it in his trouser, his big long Rambo or whatever it's called. Came to church with the Rambo.
Yeah.
Sat down and heard the word from PT. In a matter of moments, his mind changed and said, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I should plug into what's going on here. Immediately, networking with the leaders, found himself in a position to start business. And fast forward, long story short, he's got a successful rental company business through the ministry. He's got a successful music business through the ministry, a successful security business through the ministry that is grossing numbers. And this is all from the system that we've created within the church. So one other thing I want to say is that people got church confused now, because it's like, it's not the church that our parents were introduced to. It's not the praise the Lord and shout and, it's actually making real changes in your community for black people. Do you understand? And I think people keep on getting it confused. It's like when you see somebody like PT with drip, he's trying to show you something. It's a reading in between the lines issue with PT. He's gonna come up with the latest drip. He wants to engage with the community, and he wants to show them that, listen, I'm just like you. I wanna look drippy as well. But you know what I'm saying? He's trying to, relate with the audience. And people are taking that for stunting and just stunting on people. And
I agree with you.
People shouldn't. I think people should stop being immature minded. Just because.
Listen, the thing I like, the message that I get from Pastor Tobi and the whole drippy side of him and everything like that is, if you're gonna come and tell these young people who want a certain lifestyle for themselves, they want to live well, they want to do well, and these shiny things unfortunately are some of what measures or looks like or reflects success. He understands that.
Yes.
And like you say, he wants to relate. He can't just come and say, do this and do that, and come this way and not have something to show for it, which is going to be tangible, which they can see and touch. So he's using that, I think, as a tool to say, look at me. Yeah. Like, to be like, I'm not just telling you. Yeah. I can show you. Exactly. I can help you.
A living example.
Exactly. Yeah.
A living example of what a life can be if you adapt this recipe of living to your life.
Yeah. I was curious about these rumors, and I sat down with him once, and he invited me to the Dorchester, and we were having breakfast, and I asked him, you know, we spoke, and listen, I don't think that the rumors are true, man. Like, I don't think this guy's involved in anything dodgy like that. You're not going to be able. It's highly unlikely as a black man in this country to have that level of notoriety and not have everything sort of covered. Like, you're gonna have all the receipts. You have to, otherwise he just wouldn't be out here being able to be free. And do you know what I'm saying? And the church still thriving. That's just from my experience. That's just what it is, man. Yeah. But I think that whatever powers that be behind the scenes are some of them are trying to get him out of here on these trumped up charges, I think. And then you've got the other people who are part of government who I think will appreciate the level of impact he's had on the reduction of youth violence. Exactly. In that part of South London.
Yeah, that's undeniable. It's undeniable to see the youth reduction because you can see it, you can physically see it, and it's being felt in the area. You know, you're not seeing certain people doing certain things in Croydon anymore. This has been years. People would say, do you know what? Let me just use this as an example. I'll use my sisters, my immediate sisters, Alex, your cousins. So it's like, when you look at Joanna now, look at Beverly now. Before we was in the nation, what did our lives look like? Where were we going? Yeah, we went to school, we did this, we did this. But once we met PT, Joanna now became a graduate of first class. Beverly has just graduated from law, first class. They live in a mansion with no neighbours. Yeah. And they've been living in there for like 7 years. A different kind of lifestyle. There's a recipe, what I've learnt, that there is a recipe and a formula to live right and to live a prosperous life. It's actually a recipe to do it. Like, you can get to a place by having the right people around you. Just show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. And you just walk into it. That's what it's been. That's what it's been. Yeah. And I look at my sisters for inspiration now. I look at them for inspiration. Beverly, first class in law. Joanna, first class in business, management, whatever she's doing, fashion or whatever, I don't know. But you know, and it's just, there's a recipe to it. Yeah. And as long as I can adapt that and live by it. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Do you think mental health is that something that they ever talk about in church? Do you think that's something?
I think everybody suffers with mental health. I think everybody has some form of mental trauma in their life, and I feel like how to handle it is, I don't know. You're gonna need, probably gonna need some help. Like
when you lost that fight, obviously it was very public. Yeah. You would have. I just saw. I just watched Israel Adesanya a couple of days ago. He lost his belt, man. That was my champion, yo. He lost his belt to this beast. And,
I was so upset.
Yeah.
I was nearly crying because I know how it feels. For somebody that you want revenge against, and then they beat you again in that same fashion. Do you know what that will do to your heart and your spirit if you can't grow from that? So what you're saying right now is just hit a button on the nail, like, because I'm gonna be completely straight with you, Alex. You know, I went to prison straight after that fight.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I went to jail. I was
Why?
talking about mental health. My mind was just scrambled, and I wasn't moving correctly. I ended up going into jail for 3 months, and I think God just wanted me to be in prison by myself, to just sit down and recollect and reflect.
Yeah.
This life is not about Instagram likes, about who you think you are, about how strong you think you are, about how good a boxer you are. Take your time and figure out. And God sat me down in there, and I sat down, and in that time, I was able to listen to myself. I was able to hear what was going on, because I wasn't able to hear. I was stubborn. I wasn't listening to people. I thought, oh yeah, I'm the strongest. I can do this. I can do that. That when things happen like that, and then you're in the middle of it, you may think nobody knows in the prison. Everybody knew. Everybody saw that fight in prison. Everybody saw that fight in prison. Yeah. Everybody saw that fight in prison. Everybody was like, Prince, we saw your life get taken and your spirit leave you. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the mental thing was there, but coming from how we come from, I don't think that can ever keep me down. You know, I'm strong in the head, and I know that it won't keep me away from my dreams of becoming a professional boxer.
Yeah, I mean, I think that mentality is what's gonna get you there, because I know it's only from a movie, but it's a well revered movie, you know, and it's true words that it's about how hard you can get hit and then keep coming back and moving forward. Yeah. So as long as you have that mindset, you know, you're only gonna keep going in one direction. Yeah,
man, that fight was just, it was tough, man.
Do you have any others lined up coming up soon? Is there anything in the pipeline or
something in the pipeline? This is what I'm getting fit for. So they're trying to take 8 fighters to Milan to go and fight. So I want to be fit enough to go to Milan and just, you know, put on a great performance there.
Who's they?
Finchley Boxing, ABC.
Okay.
Amateur boxing.
Yeah.
I boxed for Finchley Boxing, ABC.
Yeah. That's where Anthony Joshua came through, yeah?
Yeah.
Benga took him there
as well,
before,
yeah. Big up Benga and AJ.
Yeah. So, okay, so you're training for that, yeah?
Yeah.
And when does that decision get made?
In a couple of weeks before the month ends.
Would you consider ever doing like the Olympics, going down that route?
100%.
Yeah?
100%.
Have you done any tournaments yet?
Not yet, but right now, I think the next one after this one will be the development championships, which my friend has just won. I'm training with the champion of the last development championships.
Who's that?
His name's Tobi.
Okay.
He's Tobi, and he boxes for Finchley ABC Boxing. He's the national development champion right now. So I'm getting a very, very good work right now. So it's good.
Okay. So apart from traveling to Milan to do these fights, like what else is in the future for you? What do you see? What do you want to do?
Right now, I just want to just edify myself, edify my mind. I'm in a process. I'm in a changing. My mind's going through a change of process right now. Like everything I do, the way I live, people I talk to, everything's just changing bit by bit. So all I want to do is be able to progress in boxing and be able to, you know, help other people who want to get into boxing. Maybe it could be a young boy or, you know, people in school who actually, you know, want to get into boxing. You know, I want to help people who are having bullying problems in school, learn them how to fight, show them how to defend themselves and be strong, boost their confidence. So I want to be able to give back, obviously, at some point. So
what else do you want? What do you want people to know about you?
I want people to know about me, the fire that keeps me going. The fire that keeps me going. You know, our upbringing. It's important. The love that you have within your family, how just that alone, where it can take you. Like, I have an amazing, lovable family, man. So it's just like, that is one of my driving forces. I lost my grandma, our grandma, and you know how much she means.
You were her favorite. You were her favorite.
You know how much she means.
I should let people know we have a massive family, because grandma had 10 kids, 11 kids.
Yeah.
And all of them have got kids, and then some of them have got kids. And out of everyone, you were grandma's favorite, which was insane. Like,
I won't ever say that about her favorite.
You were her favorite. You were her favorite. You know it's true. Like, you always used to get that special treatment.
Oh man.
But yeah. Okay. So, any last words of advice for any like up and coming boxers, or like you said, you mentioned young boys before, like
I would just say, don't get gassed, stay focused, listen to your coach, listen to your trainers, listen to your listen to the people who care about you, care about your health. Don't just go chasing the clout, doing all these fights. Practice before you go into fights, and just be confident in yourself, be confident in your ability, and every day, train at 100% for 100 days until you get to 100%. This is 100%.
Do you, how old are you now?
31.
I mean, how much longer do you think you have in the tank? Is this not like the age?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
Is this not when people are supposed to start retiring from sports?
Oh man, I'm 31, man. I'm gonna get into the sport, and I'm not gonna let the sport retire me. I'll retire from the sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Nice one. Good luck in the future.
You don't know. 100%.
I'll still always be able to whip your ass, just so you know.
Yeah. You don't know.